I'm Steve Garagiola, and here's what's going to happen. If this focus on the run game, ball control really works, and if the defense is as good as Coach Patricia says they're going to be this year, and if that offensive line really does protect Matthew Stafford, we are going to go big and be 8-8. But I'm skeptical.
Hey, I'm Hutchinson, web producer for Click on Detroit, and against my better judgment, I'm picking the Lions to go 8-8 this year. The reason for my optimism is I think they had a really good offseason. They addressed a lot of their needs on pass rushing, tight end, both through free agency and the draft. I think they got a lot of the best players available at those spots, and also the schedule isn't overly tough after the first few weeks. So if they can get through the first 5 weeks at 2-3, 3-2, I think that they could be in the running going into the last few weeks.
Chuck Jackson, I work on the assignment desk here at Channel 4. Find the breaking news. I got them going 7-9. I think the defensive line steps up big time. They haven't played together yet, and I think Kerryon Johnson has a fantastic year. Somebody else steps up on the receivers as well. Who knows? But I got them 7-9.
Hi, I'm Jason Colthorpe. I am a storyteller here at Local 4 News, and I've been thinking about the Lions season for several months now, watching what they've done in the offseason, watching what the coaching staff is doing, what they're talking about, and you look at all the additions they've made on defense, signed a lot of free agents. The defensive line looks like it should be one of the best in the league. The defense should be one of the best in the league. Offensively, you get Hutchinson in the draft. You think Stafford's going to be better than he was last year, and you have a new offensive coordinator, which at first glance you'd think has to be better, right? I've gone back and forth on the Lions. Could this team be 6-10 again? Could they slip and be 5-12 or 5-11? Could they rebound and actually surprise everybody and be 10-6 and make the playoffs? I think there's a road for all of those things to happen, but when it's all said and done, it's like looking at all these jerseys. I see and feel this sometimes, and I feel like it, yes, Sanders and Johnson, and yet I feel like there's going to be a lot of Mitchell and Harrington in this season, and that worries me. So I think I've settled on the record 7-9, and only because I'm hopeful for better, but the simple fact is the rest of the division is very good, and they've also gotten better. And they should win some games this year that they should win, but we know the Lions, they're going to lose some of those that they should win, and hopefully they can win some of the ones that they should lose. But I think we're going to learn everything we need to know about this team in week 1. If they can't put the clamps on a rookie quarterback and blow this Arizona team out, then we're in for a long, rough season.
Hey guys, Louie Candee here. I am the Local 4 sports producer, and when it comes to the Lions this season, sadly, I'm more worried about them than I am excited about them. I'm really worried about that right side of the offensive line. Last year, they couldn't protect Stafford. I don't see much of a difference this year. That's going to be a problem. Now, I do like Hutchinson. I do like Kerryon Johnson. I think they'll help the offense, but ultimately, they'll be hindered with too much sacks on Stafford. I'm looking at 6-10, maybe 7-9. I don't see playoffs in the future for this team, and I don't know if I see Matt Patricia in the future.
Hello, I'm business editor Rod Maloney, and sadly enough, a big Lions fan. So this is what I think is going to happen this year. The Lions had a top 10 defense at the end of last year, and they have improved it rather significantly. So that tells me that they can stay in games with a good defense. And with the new offensive coordinator, new scheme, I think they have a legitimate shot at doing particularly well. Now, will I go too far? No. 8-8. 9-7 is what I'm thinking they can realistically do. If they outkick the coverage, I think they have a legitimate shot at winning the division, and then, that takes them into a wild card playoff spot. I think that will be an exceptional season for the Lions. And of course, I could entirely be wrong, but I'm going to stick with that right now.
Hey, Cameron Gael here, bringing you Uniquely Detroit every Friday night at 11 on Local 4. 2019 Lions. It's a kind of a tough year, I think, to figure out. I'm hoping the offense gets off to a better start than the new defense did last year. I think, they're kind of going in a different direction than the rest of the NFL. You know, they're going to go through more of a ball control, defense, win time of possession, which hopefully leads to winning football. It'll be kind of fun. So as far as this year, I think 8-8, they've got 8-8 written all over them. I think it's going to come down probably last game of the year that they'll get screwed with that new pass interference, you could challenge it rule, and that'll knock them from 9-7 to 8-8 and out of the playoffs. I think that's the only way that this season can go. So we'll see. Hopefully they do a little better than that, though.
Hi everyone, I'm Kenna Dad. I'm the digital content manager for ClickOnDetroit.com here. I'm a lifelong Lions fan, which means I've suffered a lot over the years. I remember buying a Mike Williams jersey, which is not here, but it should be here among some of the absolute biggest busts we've ever had. But having said that, and you may think I'm crazy, but I think we may be good this year. I think that we may actually have a shot at winning the division. The division's kind of weakish. Teams have not really gotten that much better. The Lions spent a lot of money in free agency. The defense is stacked. The offense is rebuilt a bit. Everyone's a little bit healthier. It's the second year in a new system, new head coach, new regime. So I have hope. My prediction, 10-6, NFC North champions. Let's go.
I'm Benjamin Bell. I'm a Local 4 photographer and editor, and everyone's down on the Lions this year. They think they're going to suck, but let me tell you, I've been watching the Lions my whole life. The only time I've seen them be good is when they had a good defensive line and they went 11-5. Guess what they have this year? A good defensive line, supposedly on paper. But it could be the best defensive line they've ever had, and that's why I think the Lions are going to have a huge year. They are going to go 12-4, get a first-round bye, and they get knocked out of the playoffs. But that's what's going to happen. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
3-13, but boy, do I hope I'm wrong. Come on, Lions, prove me wrong.
I'm Dave Bartkowiak. I'm the managing editor for Click on Detroit, and I've witnessed all the terribleness of the Lions over the last 30 years. This year, I really don't think it's going to be much different. I'm thinking 5-11 record. I think they're going to start off stronger than we would probably expect, though, and they'll probably be like 4-3, 4-5 on the first half, and then they're going to go south. So look at everyone's hopes up. Maybe get a win on Thanksgiving, but I just don't see, the schedule is pretty tough, and I don't see it getting much better than 5-11, 6-10. But final answer is 5-11.